Hi, friends. Welcome to Busy Moms Yoga. I'm Megan. I got a standing mini flow lined up for you guys today. I'm so happy you're here. This is a great workout to take with a couple other flows. This is a great way to wake up your body for the day. Everything is standing today, so no need to get down on our mats at all, no blankets. I do have some blocks for some deeper stretches. We've got some hamstring work today. We've got some balancing postures. And so we're going to get started standing in a mountain pose, taking a moment to connect to our breath just as we would in a Sukhasana seated position on our mats. We're still going to take the time to connect to that breath. So when you're ready, plant those feet about hips distance apart. Open the palms, drop the shoulders away from the ears, and let's take a few moments just to connect. Connect to the breath, connect to our bodies. Take a moment and just check on your alignment. Shoulders stacked over hips, over knees, over ankles. Standing up nice and tall, like a strong mountain. And maybe soften your gaze, maybe close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Let's take a few breaths together, in through the nose and sigh it out. A couple more just like that. And let it go. One more big breath in. And exhale it out. On the next breath, seal the lips. Inhale. And keeping your mouth closed, try to make that ujjayi breath in the back of your throat. Same as if you were sighing it out, only your lips are sealed. And two more breaths just like that. Maybe flutter the eyes open as we come back to the present moment. And we'll start with some half sun salutations. So when you're ready, big inhale, lifting the arms up overhead, lift your gaze. Bring your hands together, exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Let's take a moment just to hang here. Maybe grab a block since it's still early on in the workout. And again, checking that feet are about hips distance apart. Really release any tension you're holding in your head or your neck. Just let everything hang heavy here. Maybe soft bend in the knees if that brings the stretch a little deeper into the hamstrings. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows and sway side to side for ragdoll, loosening up the low spine. Probably feel that in your hamstrings. Release the hands back down to the mat. Feel the mat underneath your feet as you ground down. We rise up, arms extended overhead, and exhale through center. Let's take a couple more rounds of that. Opening up in our mountain pose. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway this time. Just sliding your hands up your shins, sending your heart forward, looking at the horizon, and exhale, folding back down. Ground down with those feet, root to rise up, and exhale through heart center. One more time, show me those palms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, maybe swan dive this time. Inhale halfway. And exhale, fold. Ground down, rise up. And exhale. Beautiful. All right, we're going to move into a warrior one posture. Actually, you know what? Let's take a few more side bends here before we move on to our warrior one. I'm not quite ready for that yet. So inhale the arms up overhead. Bring that right hand to your right hip. Left arm reaches over towards the side. Opening up that side body. Side those shoulders away from the ears. I just found myself kind of crunching my shoulders up by my ears. Let's release those down a little bit. On your next inhale, bring both hands up to center. Left hand to left hip, right arm reaches over top this time. And feel that space in between each of the ribs on the right side. And inhale, both arms back up. Cactus the arms for me. Let's take a little baby back bend, sending the hips forward, bringing your gaze towards the back of the ceiling. And inhale, rise back up. Exhale through center. One more time, let's flow that. Right hand to right hip, left arm reaches overhead. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, both arms up to center. Left hand to left hip, right arm reaches overhead. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, up to center. Cactus the arms. Baby back bend. Inhale the arms up. And exhale. All right, let's get going here. Give the whole body a little shake. I'm going to turn towards the top of my mat, however you position yourself. Maybe set your blocks up in front of you just in case they're very helpful for pyramid pose, which we're going to get into momentarily. So right foot forward, left foot is going to be about a steps back, not as far as a lunge, just a nice, decent size step. My left toes are pointing up towards the left corner, top left corner of my mat. Gentle bend in my right knee. Arms come up for warrior one. Really squeeze the inner thighs together. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. And just take a moment here to breathe. Start to straighten that front leg out. Hinge at the hips. Reach forward towards the front of your room first. And then fold over that right leg in our pyramid pose. Great posture for blocks here. And let the head and the neck hang heavy just as they would in a regular forward fold. Feel that beautiful stretch along the whole back of your right leg. Soften that right knee. Nice and slow, we rise back up to warrior one. Pivoting your feet towards the side so that both are facing the same direction now. Hinging at the hips, reaching forward. And then let the head and neck come down for a wide leg forward fold here. Option to have your block in front of you as well, just to bring the ground a little bit closer. And maybe bring some movement into this. I like to shift my weight side to side as if I'm taking a little side lunges. And then find that stillness again. Just as you would in a regular forward fold, let the head and the neck hang heavy. Bring your hands to your hips, engage the core, engage the glutes, and start to rise back up to a standing posture. Pivot your feet to the other direction now, so maybe towards the back of your mat. And we're going to return to that warrior one with the left foot pointing forward this time. So inhale the arms up overhead. Shoulders away from the ears. Nice bend in that front leg. Straighten that left leg out. Hinge at the hips. Reach forward first. And then folding over that left leg. Maybe grab your blocks again, if that was helpful on the other side. And just release the tension in the head and the neck. Feel that good stretch in the left hamstring. Soft bend in that knee. Start to rise back up to our warrior one. Pivot the feet forward to the side again. And exhale. Wide leg forward fold. Maybe this time bring your hands to your low back. And start to shift your weight more into your toes. Feel the hamstrings turn on just a bit more. Release the head and the neck. And if this is a good enough stretch, stay right here. If you want to interlace your fingers and extend the arms up overhead, we can take it to a bit of a shoulder stretch here. Totally optional, your choice. Nice and slowly release the hands first. Let them come down to the mat. And nice and slow, we rise back up to standing tall. Beautiful. Let's take it again a little quicker this time. So coming back to the front side of the room where you originally started. Show me that beautiful warrior one. Nice bend in the right leg. Straighten out that right knee. Reach for the front of the room as you fold over that right leg for pyramid pose. Just for a brief moment here. Soften that leg. Reach right back up. Pivot the feet forward. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands to the hips. Rising back up to center. Pivoting our feet towards the other side. Left toes forward. Arms up. warrior one. Straighten out that front leg, reach for the front of the room, or the back of the room, I suppose now. And fold over that left leg. Soften the knee, rising back up, engaging that core, turning forward. One last time, wide leg forward fold. And your choice here, maybe take those side to side rocks again, maybe take the arm extension, whatever feels good for you. Last time we're in this posture, so take what you need. Before we rise up, heel toe your feet back together. Big toes touching. Nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time, we rise. Bring the shoulders down and back. Beautiful. All right, let's take it to some balancing postures, starting with the tree pose. So I'm going to dump all the weight into my right leg to start. I'm going to turn open my left hip, and I'm going to start right here in just a quick little kickstand. Hands to heart center. Find a spot on the floor in front of you, a few feet in front of you, that you can focus your gaze on, and that will help with balance. Now, if this is a good enough balancing pose for you, option to stay right here. Or maybe you want to shift your foot up just a little bit onto the shin, not against the knee. We don't want to put any pressure on the knee. Or maybe you want to bring it all the way up to the inner thigh. Find that spot on the floor. You're going to push with your foot is going to push into your leg, and your leg is going to push back into your foot just as much. Maybe bring the arms out. Now from here, if you need to step that left foot down, you absolutely can, but slow and controlled, release the tree, and we're going to take it to a quad stretch. So bringing my left foot into my left hand, sweeping it around, right arm extending up. I'm kicking my left foot into my left hand. I'm going to turn just so you can see me a little bit better. Kicking my left foot into my left hand, really turning on that quad. Now again, option to stay right here, or maybe start to kick that foot out further. Bring the right arm towards the horizon for dancer. And if you lose your balance, like I am right now, you need to drop your foot down for a moment. Give yourself a little shake. That's okay. We are human. Some days we have better balance than others. The most important part is that you get up and you try again. Nice and slow, controlled. Come back to standing. Release the foot and give yourself a little shake. Beautiful. All right. I love balancing postures. They always challenge me a little bit. Switching to the other side, and you may notice that you have better balance on one side than the other, but let's start with that tree. So putting the weight into the left foot, right foot starts with a kickstand. And take a moment to breathe. I tend to hold my breath in balancing postures. Not good. Maybe bring the right foot up to the shin. Maybe bringing it all the way up, inner thigh. Pushing with that foot just as much as you're pushing with your leg. And find that spot on the floor. Maybe extend your branches. And breathe. And same as on the opposite side, if you want to touch the toes back down to the floor, you may, but with control, bringing the right foot into the right hand this time. Start with that quad stretch. Kicking the foot into your hand, you'll feel that quad really turn on. An option to stay right here, or maybe start to reach forward with your left hand this time. Right foot kicking up behind you. And again, finding that spot on the floor. You might have better balance on one side than the other. Engage the core, squeeze the glutes. And when you're ready, rising back up, release the hand. Give everything a nice little shake out. And just to close out today, let's take a nice big breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale to center. One more time, just to come back to that breath. Inhale up. Swan dive the arms down this time. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Grounding down, we rise up. Inhale. And exhale. And just stay here for a moment. Feeling your mat, feeling the ground underneath your feet. Nice, deep, slow, and steady breaths. Feeling a wave of gratitude for giving ourselves this time today on our mats. Let's close out with one big collective breath in through the nose and exhale. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. I've got new content coming out a couple times a week. Looking forward to seeing you again next time. Bye.